Good morning, children. Last lecture we had seen some examples from exercise 2.6. Today, open to page number 52, sum number 6. So read. Mr. Kasim runs a small business of making earthen pots. He makes certain number of pots on daily basis. Production cost of each pot is rupees 40, more than 10 times total number of pots he makes in one day. If production cost of all pots per day is rupees 600, find the production cost of one pot and number of pots he makes per day. So, try to understand the problem. It is the making of the pots, and we are asked to find here the cost of one pot and also the number of pots. So as you know what the question is asked, find the cost and the number of pots. So based on this we will assume that the number of pots be x, and then we have to find the cost of price in terms of x. For that, you try to understand the cost has been expressed in terms of number of pots. How? The very first statement says that the cost of making one pot is 40 more than 10 times the number of pots. See, try to understand this. If the number of pots I assume as x, then you are going to find the cost of the pot in terms of x. How it is? It is said the cost is 40 rupees more than 10 times the number of pots. So I will say here, let the number of pots be x. So once you know the number of pots, which is x, I can find the cost of one pot. Therefore, cost of one pot will be, now understand, rupees 40 more than 10 times the number of pots. So 10 times the number of pot means 10x. 40 more means plus 40. I hope this is clear to you. I'll repeat again. If the number of pots is x, the cost of one pot will be, it is said that 40 more than 10 times the number of pots. So 10 times the number of pot means 10x. 40 more means plus 40, and that is why the cost of one pot will be 10x plus 40. So once you get the cost, you know the number of pots, so you can find the cost of making x number of pots. Now, when you know the cost of one pot, and if you know the number of pots, obviously you can find the total cost. How? By multiplying the number of pots with the cost of one pot. But the total cost of the pot is given to me rupees 600. So by the condition total cost Now total cost means number of pots into cost of one pot. Understand this. The total cost of making X number of pots will be X into cost of one pot. Therefore, X into 10x plus 40, this is the total cost of making X number of pots. But that is given to me 600. So this is the total cost and the total cost is 600. So therefore it will be equal. Both will be equal. So this is how you frame the equation. Now you know further steps. You have to open the bracket and get the quadratic. So you get here 10x square plus 40x is equals to 600. Therefore 10x square plus 40x minus 600 is equals to 0. Now you find that each term I can divide by 10. So x square plus 4x minus 60 is equals to 0. Dividing each term by 10. So you got x square plus 4x minus 60. This is the quadratic equation whose product, here the product is minus 60 and sum is plus 4. So we have to find two numbers whose product is minus 60 and sum is plus 4. So that is quite obvious. It is plus 10 and minus 6. Plus 10 and minus 6 means plus 4. 10 into minus 6 means minus 60. So the factors of this is plus 10 and minus 4. So split the middle term. X square plus 10x minus 4x minus 60 is equal to 0. So x into bracket x plus 10 minus 6 into bracket x plus 10 is equal to 0. So 10x minus 6x is 4x. So I split the middle term 4x as 10x minus 6x. Therefore, x plus 10 into x minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, x plus 10 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equals to minus 10 or x is equals to 6. But as x is the number of pots, therefore x is not equals to minus 10. But x is a number, x is number of pots, therefore x is not equals to minus 10. Therefore x is equals to 6. So whatever x equals to 6. So what is my x? My x is the number of pots. So how many pots he prepared in a day? 6 pots he prepared. Now we have to find the cost of the pot. Therefore we can say number of pots is equals to 6. Now I find out the cost of the pot. Therefore cost of one pot is equals to, what is the cost of one pot? 10x plus 40. Put the value of x. 10 into 6 plus 40. That is 60 plus 40. That is equals to 100. So the cost of one pot is equals to rupees 100. So you have to write the answer in words. Therefore, number of pots in one number of pots are 6 and cost of one pot is rupees 100. So this ends your problem. I hope you understood this. So in this, what you have to keep in mind is the cost has been expressed in terms of number of pots. That is why I will take the number of pots as x. So my cost will be 10x plus 40. It is said that the cost of making one pot is rupees 40 more than 10 times the number of pots. So that is why I will take here the number of pots as x. Is that clear why I took number of pots as x? Because the cost has been expressed in terms of number of pots. That is it. So once you start with that, then you find the cost of one pot, which is 10x plus 40. Then use the condition given to you. It is said that the total cost is 600. So total cost amounts to be 600. But how to find the total cost of x number of pots? So if you know the number of pots, which is x, and the cost of one pot is 10 plus 40. So multiplying these two, you will get total cost, and that is equals to 600. And then after simplifying, you get a quadratic, and then solving that quadratic equation by factorization method, you get the answer x equals to minus 10, x equal to 6. But as x is a number of pots, and number of pots are never in negative. So x is not equals to minus 10, therefore x is equals to 6. Once you get the value of x, which is number of pots, you have to find the cost. The cost of one pot is 10x plus 40. We know this. Put the value of x, 10 into x plus 40, which is 60 plus 40, that is rupees 100. So cost of one pot is rupees 100, and the number of pots made or prepared is 6. After that, we will do one more sum, which is very important. It's on page number 52, sum number 9. If 460 is divided by a natural number, quotient is 6 more than 5 times the divisor, and remainder is 1. Find quotient and divisor. So this is about a number. Now you know that dividend is always equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This we are going to make use here in this problem. That whenever you divide the dividend by the divisor, what you get is the quotient and remainder. Correct? So making use of that fact, that dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, we are going to solve this. Now again see, they are asked you to find the quotient and divisor. Okay. Now quotient and divisor, I told you. See the last statement, find the divisor and quotient. Now it's up to you what you should assume, divisor as x or quotient as x. So it's a choice. You can take anything, but see the condition. Your quotient is 6 more than 5 times the divisor. Means the quotient has been expressed in terms of divisor. So whenever anything is expressed in that form, so that has to be considered as x. So here quotient is expressed in terms of divisor. So you have to assume that the divisor is x. Is that clear? What to take as x? Divisor to be taken as x. Why? Because quotient has been expressed in terms of divisor. So here, let the divisor be x. Once you assume that divisor is x, you can find the quotient. Why? The condition is given to you, or that quotient is 6 more than 5 times the divisor. 6 more means 6 plus 5 times the divisor means 5x. So how is my quotient? The quotient will be 6 more than 5 times the divisor. So 5x. Is this clear? How is the quotient? 6 more. Now 6 more means you have to add 6 plus 5 times the divisor. So 5x. So 6 plus 5x. So this is my quotient. Right? Now, further part. Once you know the divisor, once you know the quotient, you also given the remainder. Also, remainder is given to me 1. Remainder is given to me 1. And what is the number given? My dividend is 460. My dividend is 460. It is said that if this number is divided by this divisor, you get quotient 6 plus 5x and remainder 1. This is all given to you. It's in the problem given itself. This we have to assume, and by the condition we found the quotient. So these two are given in the problem. Remainder is 1 and the number is 460. Now why it is called dividend? Because you know that number is divided. So the number which is divided is called as a dividend. So my dividend is 460. Now I use the property. What property? That dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now put the value of dividend. What is my dividend? 460. What is my divisor? X. What is my quotient? Into 6 plus 5x. Put in a bracket. Plus, what is my remainder? 1. I hope this is clear to you. After writing this formula, dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. What is my dividend? 460. What is my divisor? X. Into, what is my quotient? 6 plus 5x plus 1. Now this will open up. 460 is equals to 6x. 6 into 6 is 6x plus x into 5 is 5x squared plus 1. Bring all the terms. Rather what I will do, I will shift 460 on to the right hand side. So you will get here 0. 6 5x squared plus 6x plus 1 minus 460. So 0 is equals to 5x squared plus 6x minus 460 minus 1 is 459. So 5x squared plus 6x minus 459 is equals to 0. Now we have to find the factors of this. Factors of this. Now 459 and 5. So we can do it by factorization method or by formula method. Now here I want to find two numbers whose product is 5. 5 into 459 and sum is plus 6. So how to find the factors of that? 459 into 5, right? And sum should be 6. So what I will do is I'll first factorize this 459. Let me see. Okay, so 459 factors. 3 ones are 3, 3 5s are 15, 3 3s are 3 5s are 15, 3 1s are 3 ones are 3, 3 7s are, and 17 ones are. So the factors of 459 are 3 into 3 into 3 into 17 and this into 5. So the product will be 459 into 5. So I found the factors of 459, 3, 3, 3, 17, 5. Now you have to combine. I want to find two numbers. So you have to get the pairs now by multiplying this, so that I will get plus the difference of those two numbers will be plus 6 and product will be definitely 459. So I have to choose now two numbers. Now here, if I take combination, see 17 3s are 51 and 9 5s are 45. I'll repeat. 17 into 3, these two I will combine, and this I will combine. So 7 into 3 is 51 and 5 into 9 is 45. I take this as, now middle term is plus, so bigger number will be plus, smaller number will be minus. Definitely the product of these two will be 459 into 5. But see the difference now. Plus 51 minus 45 is my 6. I hope you understood this. Plus 51 minus 45 is plus 6. That means the required numbers or the factors, or how are we going to split the middle term? It is plus 51 and minus 45. So 45 and 51 are those two numbers whose product will be 459 into 5 and sum will be plus 6. So what I will do is I will split the middle term as 5x squared plus 51x minus 45x minus 459 is equal to 0. So 5x squared plus 6x minus 459, the middle term is split as 51x minus 45x. Now what is happening is, I wrote plus 51 and minus 45 this side. I can rearrange these terms. So it will be easy for me to remove the common factor from the first two brackets. Now if I take from the, if I consider these two, what is common here? Only x is common. So why not you just reshuffle, rearrange these two terms. It makes no difference. So what I will do is, next step, 5x squared minus 45x plus 51x minus 459 is equals to 0. Now it will be easy for me to take out common. So 5x comes out common, I get here x minus 9 plus 51 common comes out from here. Obviously it will be x minus 9 is equal to 0. 5x into bracket x minus 9. From here, last two terms, 51 comes out common. So 51 into 9. See, if you multiply 51 into 9, 9 ones are 9, 9 5s are 45. Correct? So, what comes out common now again? X minus 9 into 5x plus 51 is equals to 0. So, x minus 9 equal to 0 or 5x plus 51 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equals to 9 or x is equals to minus 51 on 5. But what is my x? My x is a natural number. So, x is not equals to minus 51 upon 5. Therefore, x is equals to 9. So, my divisor, what is my x? My x is divisor. Therefore, my divisor is 9 and quotient, they asked to find quotient also. So, quotient will be 6 plus 5 into 9, right? So, divisor, therefore, divisor is 9 and quotient is equal to 6 plus 5x, that is 6 plus 5 into 9, that is 6 plus 9 5 is 45, and that is equals to 51. So quotient is 51 and divisor is 9. So here just remember that we have made use of the formula dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. I have assumed here divisor as x. Why? Because quotient has been expressed in terms of divisor. That is why I took divisor as x. And then once you get the divisor and quotient, you have dividend which is given to you and also remainder. So using that formula, you get the quadratic equation, and then further you know how to solve by factorization method. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.